Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So Halloween is just a couple of days away and it's one of my favorite holidays, and I wanted to actually make this really quick video. Well, maybe it's going to be like a 10-minute video, but hopefully editing will cut it down. I don't know. But I wanted to make a video regardless on my Halloween costume. I actually don't have any plans whatsoever, and I have no idea what I'm going to be doing for Halloween. Most likely I won't be doing anything, which is kind of a shame because I really like my Halloween costume. But for this year, I'm going to be Poison Ivy, and this is from the New 52 series, the actual mini-series, The Cycle of Life and Death, the first cover. My stomach just growled. I'm so freaking hungry. So anyways, on this actual cover that you guys are going to see right over here, she is wearing a black catsuit. It's all the way up to her neck, and then she's wearing a white lab coat, even though I might have it like off the shoulders type of look, depending on how I feel throughout the night, because I might be overheating because of all the things that I'll be wearing. And everything's gloved. The catsuit's actually footed, so she doesn't actually have any shoes on, but I'm not about that lifestyle, so I actually have to have some shoes. So as far as shoes, I'm going to be wearing some 6-inch patent leather platforms, and for those, they're like maybe 2-inch platforms, so they're really like 4-inch heels, but you know, they're one of my favorite pairs of shoes, my go-to shoes when it comes to like going out and all that stuff. So they're totally broken in on the inside, so I'm not worried about, you know, my feet hurting or anything. Even though wearing the catsuit with the footedness and the shoes, I don't know how that will actually feel. It might be a little bit snug, but we'll actually see. And there's going to be a whole bunch of ivy, and I'm not sure if I actually want to create like a little ivy crown for her, but I have no idea how close I want to be to the actual character. And as far as hair color, because you guys know my hair color is like a brownish black or something, I was supposed to use that Hylic hair, if you guys have seen that video. I was supposed to use the Hylic hair color wax, and unfortunately it kind of turned to be like a burgundy wine red, so I figured I'm going to end up doing a wig. And you know, I might change my mind, but for now it's going to be a wig. It's coming in today. It's going to be like a fire engine red from what I've seen on Amazon, and I might have to tone it down. It's because it's a stereotypical wig, of course, you know, like a cheap wig. You've probably got, it's super shiny, so you have to go ahead and, you know, tone down the shine with like some conditioner or something, and then maybe I could actually use a little bit of this just to make it not so bright. So I'm stuck in between. It's like I either have super bright red hair or I have super dark red hair. And the reason why I'm deciding not to go with the Hylic hair is because my white lab coat that I'll be wearing, I'm just afraid that it might stain on there. So, you know, of course I could put this on here and then put hairspray on top of that, but I just don't want to risk it, so, you know, we'll see. So anyways, I'm going to show you guys. I bought all this stuff on Amazon for the most part, except for my gloves, which I'll explain to you why I'm going to be using gloves, even though the catsuit does have gloves in them. But this is the catsuit. There's a zipper on top that goes all the way down and past the crotch area all the way to the back. And at the back over here, this where your butt crack is, there's actually another zipper that goes down too. I'm a little bit paranoid because what happens if I'm going out and some guy just goes like psh, and then I'm just super exposed. But of course I'll be wearing underwear, and at this point I've decided as far as underwear, I mean my bra, I'm just gonna wear like, you know, a regular bra up here because I'm wearing a waist cincher, a corset on top of that, so I'm not worried about it, even though it's an underbust. But at the bottom I'll probably wear like a G-string, and it's not going to show or anything, so it'll just keep the optical flow going. But anyways, I know it looks really shiny, but when you actually put it on, it doesn't look that shiny. It stretches out, and you guys can see that these are the gloves, but they're really badly sewn, and you can tell that right here, the thumb and the pinky, they don't look like thumbs and pinkies. So that is the reason why I don't want to go ahead and wear this part. So what I'm actually going to do, I'll tell you guys, I'm going to cut them right over here, and then I'm going to wear my leather gloves on top of them and just find a way to mix them. I could just make some wristlets out of ivies and just cover up where that demarcation is. And then the footed tights, I mean the footies are down here, so the whole thing is pretty much covered. It looks really good. I am on the bottom heavy side, so I mean like my measurements on the top, I am a 32, like a 32 for my bust, and then my waistline is a 27, but my hips are like a 38. So maybe about a couple years ago, for like the longest, my hips were a 36. They've always been a 36 since I was 12, and now they're just a 38, but I mean, I guess they just fluctuate between there. So, you know, so that's that. And I'm going to be wearing that, and I already talked to you guys about undergarments. And as far as for gloves, I explained to you guys what I'm going to be doing with gloves, but these are the actual gloves. They're leather. They're quite broken in. I've worn them for a couple of years. They are... My mom gave them to me a while back. I have no idea who made them, but from the measurements and everything, they are bespoke, or they're from a company that no longer makes them. But I did find another company online. It's called Jeffries, Chester Jeffries, and they go ahead and they make bespoke gloves for you guys. So basically, if you send them measurements of your hand and everything, they will... and like, you know, measurements of your hand, and you trace your hand on a piece of paper and you send it to them, they will send you, you know, gloves that are custom made for you. All you do is just pay like 20 pounds extra. So I'm totally for that, and I love gloves. If there's anything in life that I totally love, I love coffee mugs that have to do with anything that I like. So if it's like Atlanta or places I've been to, or schools like my alma maters, or just really cute mugs. And gloves, those are my things. I mean, gloves are obviously more of a sensual and erotic thing to a certain extent, but like these a little bit worn in, but as you guys can see, this is extremely form-fitting, and you can see the curvature of my entire hand. My hands are extremely small. I'm pretty sure there are some people who have even more slender hands than mine, because my knuckles can be a little bit knotty, but as far as, like, let's say, for comparison on how small my hands are than other people's, my ring finger on my left side is actually the size of 3.25, which is 3 1/4, and the average size for most people is like, even at its lowest, is 4 or 6 or 7, 8, and all that stuff. So, you know, if I'm usually looking for fashion jewelry or anything, I really can't find anything my size. I have to wear everything, all the stuff on the right hand. It has to be like on my index finger or my middle finger, because nothing else really fits. But anyways, this is what the gloves look like. You know, there's some wear and tear going on, so I might have to patch it right over here and dye it over here, but I'm totally fine. I mean, if I'm just wearing it for one night, because I've been trying to retire these until I get my Chester Jeffries. Which those would probably cost me like $130 for some gloves, but those will last me for like the next 10 years. So I see that as a great investment, you know, and they'll just match every single curvature of my hand. So that's even better. Who doesn't like customized things, you know? So that's what it looks like, and you know, even better. And yes, like I said, the reason why I can't just go out and buy regular gloves like normal people do is because they just don't look good on me, because they're way too big, you know? So yeah, so those are the gloves. And then the next thing is we'll move down to the bodice area. So like I said, I'm just wearing a regular, like, you know, regular push-up bra or something. I'm not sure if I want to fake the girls to make them even bigger, but Poison Ivy, she doesn't necessarily have anything that's super like a super bust. She's not super busty. So Poison Ivy's not necessarily super busty. She has more of an every woman's figure, where she is more hippie, and then she's more bottom heavy, I would say, and she has very toned muscular legs. So that works out for me, right? Anyways, so we're going to move on to, like I said, the midriff area, and I actually, even though in the cover she's not wearing a corset, I just wanted to add a touch because every single Halloween costume I ever wear, I always wear a corset, so why not? This is, it looks big, but it's actually 27 inches, and the reason why I got 27 inches is because I don't want it to, I don't want it to cinch any more than my natural waistline. I used to be like a 26-inch waistline for the past 10 years, and then up until recently it went to 27, been bouncing back between 28 and 27, now I'm a 27, and then now, you know, I'm just totally fine with this. I also have done some tight lacing to a certain point. I think the lowest I've ever gotten was maybe 17 inches or 18-inch waistline, but I'm not about that lifestyle anymore, so it's okay. If you guys are trying to do that, make sure you take your time and do a lot of research and don't force your body because you will hurt something and there will be repercussions in the long run. So anyways, so you just lace everything in the back, and the laces are actually quite long, but I'm totally fine with that. I usually wrap them around and tie them in, but these will all be tucking them in that night because they'll be pretty much very visible. And this is made out of interlocking mesh. It's steel bone, but it's a spiral steel bone, so it's not like the straight flat steel bone. But that's totally fine. I just bought them on Amazon. I used to have really, really good corsets, but those kind of got lost along the way when I was moving. I don't know what happened to them. So anyways, but from Amazon for like $18, $20, this is great. You know, it does what it needs to do. I'm not sure if I actually want to weave some ivy throughout this area. This is an underbust. I'm not sure if I want to weave some ivy throughout this area for this corset because I might use it later on, but then again, I could always detach it. This is an underbust, and the reason why I choose an underbust is because it's really hard for me to find a good overbust that fits me because I have an extremely short torso, and most of the time they make overbusts that are really long torso or long line corsets. And so I just went with a really short, petite waist cincher, or wasp as we call it, and this is totally fine with me. And plus I'm just wearing it for maybe like 1 or 2 nights, you know. I mean, nowadays people are celebrating Halloween up until the first week of November. You know, they're having parties all the way up to there, so I don't know what's gonna happen. Obviously, the next stuff is gonna be a whole bunch of ivy, you know? So, this was like $10 worth of 12 strands of ivy, and I'm realistically only gonna be using 3 strands of ivy. I'm realistically going to be using only 3 strands of ivy, and looks pretty good. None of this looks poisonous with the little spots. It's just regular ivy, but oh well. I'm just going to have it weaving up one of my legs and then maybe crossing over my body, and then, like I said, I might make the wristlets to cover the demarcation where the gloves are, and I'll just have to figure it out because unfortunately with this I don't really know where I want my ivies to go until I really get into my suit and then, you know, put that on. So this is really like one of the last steps on there, unfortunately. And then aside from all the stuff that I will have on already, I'm just gonna hope that October 31st or 27th to the 31st or up to November, whenever, I hope it's gonna be freaking cold because I'm gonna have all this crap on. It's gonna be so freaking hot and I'm probably gonna overheat and die. So the last thing is that I can show you guys, because I don't have the wig yet, unless it came in already, is the lab coat. It's so freaking white. But it's just a standard 34-inch lab coat. Nothing interesting for ladies, you know. And it's actually a lab coat, so from the brand Cherokee that makes a whole bunch of uniforms and stuff. Got from Amazon once again, and that's pretty decent. And let me go and see if my wig came in, because if it came in, I will show it to you guys. So hang on just a second. So I think my freaking wig just came in. Okay. So I ordered 2 things from Amazon because I ran out of stuff. Well, it ran out of one thing, but this is the Christina Moss facial moisturizer it's an organic moisturizer I use and I live and die by it. Here is that wig, guys. Just got it delivered. Gonna show it to you guys. It's in a big Ziploc bag. I see some stray hairs already. And, oh my god. It's in a net. And, oh, look at this thing. Alright. Oh, it's super, super red. Oh my god, it's so red. Get off of me, net. Be gone with you. Okay, it's very, it's very staticky. There's a net involved. And let's get rid of this thing. There's a, let's invert it real quick so you guys can see. There's a hairnet on the inside, a little wig cap thingamabob, and looks like you have your little hooks and stuff. And this looks okay. I have to, yeah, put some conditioner on it and brush it out because it's got some static going on. And it's got some bangs too. I don't know how I feel about these bangs, but we're probably going to cut them or want to style them and make them look pretty because she has in there, I believe she has an asymmetrical side part. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on here. I don't know if I should put this on because, well, I mean, I could just put it on, but I probably have to, like, tie my hair and everything. So, alright, let's do this, guys. Alright, so the wig just came in and looks pretty bad. Like, I don't like it. It's very, very fire engine red. It's like very, very red. It's like a caricature red. I mean, I should be cosplaying Ariel from Little Mermaid right now, you know, and not Poison Ivy. Maybe I can put some conditioner on this and mattify this, or maybe I can dye it or something, but it's very stringy. It's everywhere. It's an extremely long wig. There's so much of it everywhere. Oh my god. And the back part of it is like busted. So there's like it's hard for it to actually keep my hair in because there's this little snap, like this little snap piece that like doesn't even have a loop. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm so pissed off, but let's take this thing off. Yeah, I was so excited for it, and I had to pay extra shipping for it, and it didn't do what it's supposed to do, but oh well. I guess I'll have to be doing burgundy then, so burgundy hair color it is. Ugh, good lord. So aside from that wig fail earlier, and having to send that back, and sticking to the highlight care, unfortunately, for my eyebrows, I bought 2 new items, and these are the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow products, just to make my eyebrows a little bit more red, and they're actually called, the shade is actually called Auburn. So they're actually in 2 different formulations. One's in a tinted brow gel, which I've never actually used that type of formulation before. I've used a brow gel before, which is like a brow pomade that keeps all your hairs together and, you know, set. But I usually use the Dip Brow. This is the Dip Brow from them, but I usually use the shade Granite, but this one is in Auburn. Yeah, so you guys see that. Never used it before. Looks super brown, but I mean, in real life, I guess, you know, having auburn, you have shades of brown anyways. It's not like you're just completely red like that freaking wig. I don't know about that wig. And then the Anastasia Beverly Hills Tinted Brow Gel. It looks like this little spoolie thing. It has like it looks like a mascara wand with a spoolie at the end and stuff, and it has your product there, and then you just brush it through. So we'll actually see how that works out, and that's going to be for the video whenever we get much closer to Halloween and everything, and when I actually get dressed up for all this, I'm going to go ahead and put on this and do a trial run and put on my makeup and all that stuff, and you know, hopefully I'll find something to do. I mean, there are some bar crawls around town and stuff, but I wasn't able to get tickets in time to go to them. So I really don't know what I'm going to be doing, but so be on the lookout for my Halloween costume of Poison Ivy, Cycle of Life and Death video that's going to be coming within the next couple of days, somewhat time next week, I guess. And we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it comes out well. I mean, I'm just so disappointed in that red wig, but yes. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.